So you are in a tricky situation where the client is not paying your money. So what can you do now? What are your options now? How you could have avoided this situation altogether? Or you end up in this situation quite often? Let's see what we can do about it. So if you want an easy answer, if you want a one-line answer, the answer is just forget it. It's not possible. It is not worth your time. It is not worth your effort. It is not worth the money which is stuck. Probably it is not worth taking any legal efforts to get that money from the client. And if you are even planning to take a legal action, most probably you won't be having the contract. And even if you are having a contract, there might be some clause which might not work in favor of you, or it may make it difficult to work in favor of you. The money, the hassle, the efforts you are going to put into to get your money is not going to be worthy enough unless you want to satisfy your ego. If there is practically any chance, the only chance is through negotiation and keeping your cool head, keeping your mind calm. And if you are already in the process where you are fighting with the client or the client is fighting with you, the chances are even more remote. I know it is very easy for me to say that, okay, negotiate with the client, keep your head calmer, keep your mind calmer, try to negotiate. But it is easier said than done. I know that. But trust me, this is the baseline of any negotiation. No negotiation will work in your favor or in your client's favor or even in both of the parties' favor if you are using a hothead. If your payment is pending, most probably you have already given all the deliverables to the client, and somewhat the client may not be happy now with the deliverables. And these things only surface when you have given all the deliverables. They are never going to talk about the quality or some problem in the service unless until they get their deliverables. The first thing which I want to mention over here is always sign a wedding photography contract with the client with the clear payment terms and conditions and the delivery schedule. I'm making a separate video on this, that what a wedding contract is and what you need to include in a wedding contract. So make sure you subscribe this channel because next week that video is gonna come. Okay, so it really doesn't matter how your client is behaving right now, whether he's hot-headed or he's very adamant. It really doesn't matter because you have zero control over it. You cannot change things at the client's end, how he's behaving. What you can change is how you can deal with this situation. Ask yourself why client is not paying the money. What are his reasons why he's not ready to pay the remaining money? Is it because the quality was not good, or the deliverables are not up to the mark, or the client is just finding an excuse not to pay the remaining amount? Ask yourself honestly. Don't jump into the conclusion that, okay, just because the client has to pay money, so now he's making an excuses. Be honest with yourself whether your work has been up to the mark or not. If the things have not been fine at your end, the client in a way is right to hold your money, right? And if there is something you could make things better for the client, let's say the client has a problem with the editing of the pictures or the color correction of the pictures. Is it possible to color correct them again so that client becomes happy? If it is a possibility, do that. Your job is just not to click good pictures, but to keep your clients happy. With a very cool head and a cool mind, ask the client what is required from your end so that the payment can be cleared ASAP. Do whatever makes the client happy and comfortable if there is something lacking at your end. And if the client is just looking for an excuse to hold your money, not to pay you, then no matter what you do, nothing is going to help you. In such scenarios, your good wedding contract comes into the picture. Your delivery schedule comes into the pictures. If you have already committed to the client, yes, I will give all the deliverables to you and the remaining whatever 10%, 20%, I'm gonna take after the delivery. Somewhere at the back of your mind, you always knew this 10-20% could get stuck up with the client. My wedding contract says I take 100% money before the wedding starts. Or a lot of people start delivering only when the payment is fully cleared. In the last 9-10 years, only once, yes, only once my payment was not cleared, and that was because of my own mistakes. The mistake was the supposedly the client was too nice with me and I delivered the images without taking the full payment in spite of my wedding contract saying that 100% amount has to be paid first and then you start shooting and then I deliver it. I mean, I take the entire payment before the event starts, 10 days before the event. So that is what my wedding contract says, but I still went ahead and I shot it. And then when I asked the money, they were making some excuses. That was the only time I lost the money, just because I didn't follow my wedding contract. And yes, when you have wedding contracts and when you have your delivery schedules, your payment schedules clearly mentioned, you will lose some clients. You will find some clients who will be objecting that why we need to pay 100% in advance or 100% before delivery. You should be ready to lose such clients because it is in a way kind of a red flag also. All my clients know that I take 100% in advance, whether 60% is advance and 40% before the wedding. Every client knows it and clients pays it. Even in my quotation, it is mentioned that what is my payment schedule. And if the client is not happy with the payment schedule, they are not going to pursue me, right? So that will be the similar case with you. It becomes a virtual shortlisting of clients where you will have a lesser hassles with respect to payment and you will concentrate more on the work, more on the creative part. It is all about your workflow. It is all about your business, how you want to run the show. If the client has all the deliverables and suddenly he finds issues with your service or issues with your deliverable, you know what is happening. You know what your chances are now. So make up your mind, decide on your workflow, decide on how you want to run the business. Be ready to let go certain sort of clients and you will be more peaceful. You will face lesser business issues. I hope you like this video. I hope you like my thoughts. Give it a thumbs up, share it with other photographers, subscribe my channel. And like I said, the next week, the video is about what is a wedding contract and what should be included in the wedding contract. So make sure you subscribe and wait for the next video. Till we meet again, until next time, bye for now.